Episode 4, and they're back for more.
I am MK, of course.
I'm Dan.
And welcome to Boys Cry 2. Nearly.
We're almost getting there. We're 4 episodes in. We'll sync up soon.
We will.
Like girls who live together and their periods.
I'm sipping my coffee.
Yeah, cover that up.
Is it off camera?
We're just going to have Greg's in the shot, the whole thing.
I'll say what it is.
Anyway.
By the have you heard the Americans? Well, that one viral video of that American tourist who went to Greg's. She has the pasty and she goes, I've just tried this pasty from GR Eggs.
Trying to make it sound like boutique.
Yeah.
Artisanal bakery on the high street.
Get your pasty and get out.
You idiots.
Sorry. Anyway. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry, but...
We're not.
GR Eggs. Greg's? I don't know. It works.
Anyway, it's Halloween.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween to you. As you can see from the theming, well, some of it.
Budget was a bit slim.
Yeah.
Maybe if advertisers get in, we could dress the set
a little bit better. We might be able to put a little bit more money into it, but for now you've got LED spotlights on the back of my chair and some strips up there that maybe no one's ever going to see.
13 views on this episode, I reckon.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Halloween. What you come as?
Well, you must know, Freddy vs. Jace. Mm-hmm. Cult classic now, I'm going to say. People dig it, as laughable as it is. This is my wife's jumper.
Yeah. About 5 minutes before shooting, he runs upstairs. Babe, have you got anything Halloween I can wear? Predictably so.
Like a kid that's forgot that it's a special day at school. And he's like, Mom,
I need ingredients for cooking.
That's what it's like. Yeah. I never did, because my mum was poor.
We're supposed to be having a good time.
I hate a podcast about mental health.
It is. There's a lot of trauma there that I'm sure we'll unpack over the episodes.
We'll dial into it.
Not now, though. It's Halloween. You've come as your wife.
Oh, what have you come as then?
I haven't really come as anything. Where I'm wearing my new Haunted Mansion jumper.
Where'd you get that from?
From the Disney store.
Oh. It's a Florida, did you?
I have been to Florida, yeah. But this one is from the actual, Shop Disney, is it called now? I don't think we should call it the Disney store. Yeah, my new Haunted Mansion jumper. I like it. Glows in the dark.
Does it?
Yeah.
Turn the lights off then.
That's effort. There's multiple lights. If we had crew...
Dave!
Can we get the house lights off, please?
Nobody works here still. Haven't got the budget.
Yet. But yeah, love my new jumper. It's well cozy.
It's great, mate.
Yeah, thank you. I thought you were going to rip the piss out of me, to be honest, but...
It's a nice shirt.
Thanks, bro.
But I'd have gave you more of a pass if you bought it on a holiday. You bought it from...
I got influenced.
Do you like the film?
Well, I haven't watched it. I like the ride. Yeah. Okay. And this is where it's from. You can't see the back, but yeah, there's characters from the ride on the back. And then the iconic line, there's room for one more.
How'd you know it's the iconic line? If you've never seen the movie.
The ride. We're talking about the ride, mate. Not sure if you've been here for the past 5 minutes, but it's what I referenced.
That's so muggy.
But yeah, Halloween. So naturally, we thought scary conversations. What's scary?
Well, fear
and anxiety. What's scarier?
It's gets us all.
No, it does. In some way or another, whether you feel like you suffer from any mental health issues, I think fear and anxiety is one that gets us all. It's in everything, And I mean, I'll just share a story with you. We were talking about it earlier, actually. Well, my anxiety it manifests in a very unusual way. So if I'm feeling a little bit of a build up, if I'm under a particular amount of anxiety or stress related to the anxiety I'm feeling, I'll myself. Yeah, I'll myself.
When?
So I'll tell you a story, but yeah, I mean, anxiety belly. I'm pretty sure that
A lot of people get that.
So the last time that I did it, I've done it multiple times. No shame. So the last time it was in March. In March of this year. So it was the day of the Charity Film Awards. I was nominated. I won.
Good man.
Yeah. And just I was getting ready for the show. About to put my, trousers, shirt, blazer on. And yeah, felt something bubbling up. Trusted it a little bit too much and myself.
Like cack. Like full on turd.
I mean, do you want the details?
Yeah.
It's more watery.
Oh.
Yeah, like it was.
Do you have a lot of coffee?
No, it was later in the day. I only drink coffee in the morning, unless I'm with you and we're drinking it up until 10 to 10 at night.
I mean, wide. That's small.
Mm-hmm. Your eyes are wide, man. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I don't drink coffee past 9 in the morning. And this was about 3, 4 in the afternoon. And yeah, just
come out.
Just came out, expelled the anxiety.
See, I can relate to that. I was driving once and I had I think it was 2 or 3 energy drinks and 2 coffees. I don't think it's anything to do with anxiety.
You're just talking about yourself.
So, and I was driving. I just slammed the brakes on. I was on a country lane. Pulled over. Got out. I was like, oh, fuck. Luckily, there's some blue roll in the van. Got the blue roll. And dashed into the woods. Pulled my kegs down. Made sure no one was looking. Laid a log there.
Is it a log?
It's just one. Just got a gust of the one out. Get it out before anyone sees me. Any dog walker. Oi! You you dirty Yeah, get it out. It was a proper.
Get it out. Yeah, idiot. On the floor.
Blended in. Log.
Good shout.
So yeah, that was more. So I've not pooed myself, but I can relate to it in that sense.
I appreciate the kind of effort to make me feel better by telling me when you pooed in public. Yeah.
So, going back to your story, right? Why were you nervous?
I guess I put a lot of weight on it. The night itself, kind of, it was a year-long thing. So made the film in the March of 22.
What film was this?
Perfect Storm. It was just a short documentary that I made about the drought situation in Somaliland. Yeah. So we made the film in March 22, and then the awards was in March 23. So it was a year build, submitting, going through all the voting processes. And it just naturally built up a lot of anxiety. I thought there might be an element of public speaking, if we did win.
Hold on.
What?
Was there a part of you that expected to win?
I'd be lying if I said no. There was. No, for sure. I was confident. I was confident. And then, but going into it then...
Modest.
No, I'm just being truthful. Absolutely. We already knew who we were up against. It had gone through...
Did you see the videos, the competition beforehand?
Huh?
Did you see the competition beforehand?
Yeah. So it had gone through rounds of voting. So then we ended up in our final pool. And there were projects with Kate Middleton, Natalie Dormer from Game of
Really?
Thrones. Yeah. Pissed it.
Can you contact them?
Why do I want to?
Get on here.
Get on here.
Huh?
Get Princess Kate Middleton on.
Get the viewers up.
Where is she? The Princess of Wales? Mom? Could you imagine?
Why do they call her mom?
It's just etiquette in it, but I don't know, bro.
Does mom mean mom?
Ma'am in it. It's like the Americans say ma'am, and I guess with the overly English accent, it's like mom.
Mom. What is it when anyone does like a British accent? Like, and in the movies as well, they go, yes, mom. It's always an older gentleman blinking a lot as well. Mom.
Decrepit.
Like a strong gust of wind would make him like disintegrate into the breeze.
He's worked there for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Butler.
A Brook man.
But yeah, maybe it was the public speaking, because we didn't know whether there were going to be speeches if we'd won, but there wasn't, thankfully. But then we got carted off, and we did have to do media, a media line. We had to speak to a variety of different media outlets, and yeah, but it was fine when I was there, running on adrenaline. Didn't myself when I was there, but yeah.
What were you scared of as a kid?
The dark.
A dark. I was petrified of the dark. And speaking of Halloween, like Freddy Krueger left a mark on me.
Literally.
Like I saw Dream Warriors. I was really young. I found my dad's videotape and put it on, and then I was petrified. And I used to go to bed at night convinced I was going to see him.
Oh god, Dream Warriors. Oh, I vividly just a flash that just come back to me. Like I was at my mate's, and the scene where I think it's Dream Warriors when he's got her on the marionette puppet. Yeah,
Petrifying.
I remember that. Just come back. Whoa,
Petrifying, like to the point when I woke up in the middle of the night and I was convinced I saw him at the end of my bed, and I can still see the image now. Like an old burnt man. Could have been a ghost. Who knows? And I was that scared, I pissed on my bedroom floor to avoid going across the dockland into the toilet. I was that petrified.
we 15.
23.
Brilliant.
Yeah, he used to scare the shit out of me.
Left your scarred.
Literally.
But no, I remember, watching horrors growing up. I think one that had an effect on me like that was The Exorcist. I think for the longest time, even into like my late teens, every time I'd see like Reagan's face when she's all like possessed, cut up, like I'd have to look away.
Your dad's a fiend for horror as well.
Proper mental. Like he's got his own man cave, and like, the walls are just plastered in every type of memorabilia. I mean, Christmases and birthdays are easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what haven't you got?
Yeah. No, I lie. It has started to get hard. Because I don't want to buy the guy, something I've already got him or something.
Oh, I've already got that. Oh. Could take it back then.
No, I don't think he'd react like that. He's such a nice guy.
He's. If you're watching this, Chris, nice man.
Love you, Dad. No, I get it. No, but you mentioned, like, I suppose Freddy Krueger. Well, no, you mentioned that you thought he might be a ghost. Have you ever seen a ghost?
I haven't saw one, but I've definitely had presence, and I've felt that I've been choked. No!
Now we know where his kink comes from.
I'll keep doing it. Keep doing it.
It's a trauma-based kink. He f***ing loves it.
Anyway, back to me story. So, I was asleep in the conservatory. And And all of a sudden, I woke up spluttering. And it's like someone had both hands around my throat. And I was like, and this lasted for 2 seconds. It doesn't seem like a lot. But when you be choked,
like a lifetime. Yeah.
it's petrifying. I got up and there was no one there. And you're just looking around like, I've got chills now.
That's wild.
Like, it scared the out of me. What about you? Any ghost?
Sorry, reeling from you. Oh, did you come?
Only twice.
In the 2 seconds. Well, I'm someone who's proper skeptical. Like, I need solid, hard evidence to be able to kind of believe something. I'm not entirely religious at all. I don't buy into any of like the spirituality stuff. But
Or conspiracies.
Let's not go there. But when I was in college, we had this task where we had to make a documentary, and I decided to go down the route of what have I never done. And one of those things was I've never seen a ghost.
It's a pretty big ask.
It's a big ask, yeah. But interesting, So group of us went to a few local spots, from where we grew up. Outside Wolverhampton, outside Cannock. And so the first place that we went to was called White Ladies Priory.
I've been there.
Yeah. It was an old nunnery, I think it was.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Like hundreds of years ago, and it is basically just rubble now. There's nothing basically there, apart from the ruins of like the odd room. It's just bricks. Yeah. So we went round with like night vision cameras, and didn't see anything. We were there for about an hour, didn't see anything. Came back to the car, and we just decided to sit there and go through the footage, and quite honestly, mate, quite literally. So we were rolling the whole time. Went back through the footage quite literally. Within 2 minutes of us stepping out of the car, we see something on the monitor. And it is the clearest outline of a woman in a white dress.
I've seen it.
Yeah. And I'll put the picture up on the screen. And that still to this day, I don't know what it was. I can't believe what it was. But
There's your evidence.
2 and 2 equals 4. It's one that's baffled me.
Yeah, you be the judge of it. Put it up.
Yeah, I will.
It'll be worth it.
The white lady in a white dress, man. And I don't even think she's got a head.
Me and Jem spoke about going back there soon. Yeah, you should come.
White Ladies Priory revisited. Something I always think about.
Go on.
And I don't necessarily have a fear of it myself or any anxiety around it. But I know a lot of people do. Is how do you think you'll die?
It's dark.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a big...
Like the fear of death.
Yeah, okay. So, I've got this complex. I don't know if it's complex. But like, since I hit 30 and became a dad, I got it into my head that I was going to have a heart attack. Yeah, I was convinced.
Like relatively soon?
Yeah, like I still think it. Like touch wood. I still think I'm very scared and it's in my head I'm going to have a heart attack. Probably because my nan had a heart attack. My dad had a heart attack. He's just like, it's pretty hereditary, So, yeah, that. But, when you say, how would I... What was the question again?
How do you think you'll die?
A stupid accident. Because I'm a bit thick. I feel like it would be something like running out of a post office, come back to the car, I trip over, head falls in the road, and a bus runs over my head. I'd do something clumsy, or fall down the stairs.
That's a mess, that is, man. You ain't having an open casket. That's well, I mean, you can if you want, but...
Don't go and visit me, though. I think the funeral I would say probably wouldn't. He looks a bit like...
Let's cover that up.
Like someone's lobbed a lasagna on the floor.
Face for radio.
Mm.
Look at this. Huh?
It's brutal, isn't it? Yeah. What about you?
I think probably the same. Heart attack. I
Really?
think heart attack. And I also have quite a strong connection to that way of dying. Not because it's hereditary or anything, just because I don't know. I just it's what I believe, man, in my gut.
Let's not manifestate then.
No, me and Amelia openly have conversations about this. And she asked like, "Oh, how old do you think you'll be?" I think the last thing I said was like 68.
That's all right.
It's not a long life, but
You still done some shit.
So yeah, I think I'll probably be in my 60s and I'll have a heart attack. Maybe because of all the KFC that I eat.
Do you think though, KFC, but like we're doing ourselves bother by having a lot of built up anxiety, stress? Do you ever think like that could be a contributing factor to having a heart attack? I think that.
It's probably why we lean more towards that, because we know where it feels when we experience
Arm goes numb
these things.
when you have an anxiety attack.
Yeah, like there's a hole in your chest and or your stomach and you yourself.
I've been to hospital so many times with anxiety attacks. Like the first time.
Take me through one. What happened?
Took you through the most recent one. It's about 4 years ago. I was at work. I was behind a counter. And I was really stressed. Like super stressed.
Just about life and...
Yeah, again, I wasn't in a job that I enjoyed. I was stressed, money stressed. And I was serving a customer. And I just went dizzy. My chest was pounding. Arm went numb. I was short of breath. And I kind of like fell back into the shelves behind me. And the customer was like, "Can someone get help?" And I was like, I'm going to have a heart attack.
Exciting day for them.
Eventful, honestly. If that happened to me, I was just like, I just want to get served.
Can someone help me, please?
Yeah, can someone serve me? I got time for this But yeah, I went down, ambulance, took me in, heart rate was stupid. Yeah. It's straight on to beta blockers for me.
What does it feel like when you're having an anxiety attack?
Like a heart attack. I imagine it's the closest symptom to a heart attack. Sure. And that's what people say. And that's why you have to get checked, because it's the numbness, the tingling, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. But yeah, you've never had that, a full-on attack.
I don't think I've had, nothing like that. I mean, like we've mentioned multiple times, mine manifests in my arse. But maybe a bit of a funny question, but how did you feel when you were in the hospital with that, and then the nurse told you, or the doctor told you, you're having an anxiety attack?
They try and not say that because they don't want you to feel stupid, because yeah, it is a big deal for mental health, but medically at the time for an emergency, it's kind of taking up a spot. Other people have got to be seen, so they try and say like, no, there's nothing wrong, you're fine, you're good to go, but you kind of put everything together. They give you beta blockers to calm your heart rate down, and yeah, it's difficult, and they're not enjoyable.
Do you feel like a burden?
Yeah. But then you start to think, I've got going on now. I need to sort my shit mentally, because you're getting physical symptoms, and that's when you know it's bad.
I mean, and just on the back of that, to say that, we absolutely believe that you should be seeking medical attention in these instances. Like, you are never a burden. These are real medical emergencies. You're experiencing the physical side of the mental impacts that you're, facing. then yeah, I can only imagine that you thought you were dying.
Yeah, what was it? And I feel like that's why subconsciously I think I'm going to die of a heart attack because
It's the worst thing that you've experienced. So it's
yeah. So yeah, don't have one of them, mate.
I mean, I'll try not to. But yeah, it's crazy how it manifests differently in all of us, isn't it?
It is. It's wild.
Insane. What are you most scared of, mate?
Other than kangaroos.
Other than kangaroos.
Being on my own.
Hmm.
I've got like real abandonment issues. And whether it's because like the way I'm wired, but if someone doesn't text me back in a certain period of time, like I get nervous. Like, what have I done wrong? I always think I've done something wrong. And that's a big issue for me. Like, I always think people around me who are meant to love me are going to leave. Because I have had, like, for example, parents just stop talking to me for no reason. And I've messages saying, like, everything okay? It's nothing. I'm like, oh, am I a problem? Do people not care? Have I rubbed someone the wrong way? You know? And I constantly live with that. And that's a big issue I've got. A big voice of just, yeah, people moving on and just leaving me behind. It's just like...
Dropping you for no reason.
Yeah. And I feel like it's got to stem from, I don't know, childhood stuff. I don't know. I haven't quite pieced together why. You know, I've had therapy and stuff like that, but I haven't really dived into childhood and the cause of things.
Well, mate, I just want you to know that it's their loss. You know, when people do this and they just completely drop you like a sack of shit, it's their loss. Like, you know, I wouldn't rather have anyone else in my life the way that I've got you in my life. There's just no need for it. You know, not taking your feelings in that situation into account. Real pieces of shit.
So, yeah, if someone's text you, message them back. If you've got an issue, be direct. Don't harbour things and make people feel uncomfortable.
Or, you know, even if you don't want to get into a full-blown conversation, like the least you can do is just acknowledge that message. That might be a cry for help.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah, as we've said multiple times, it's so important just to be there for people. Absolutely. Even in the minimum capacity of just answering back. That might make someone's day. That might make a difference in a situational crisis that someone's going through.
Absolutely. Snap.
Well, yeah. Come.
Come.
You know what I'm most scared of, mate? And I think it links to the...
I was going to ask you.
No, it's all right. You f***ing piece of shit. And I think it links to, you know, I guess the fear of dying question. I don't think I'm scared to die. I think I've accepted my own mortality. The thing that I'm most scared of is not putting my family in a secure enough situation and position when I'm gone. You know, the thought of family struggling when I'd not be here tears me up, man. It tears me up. Because obviously I know I want to build a family. I don't have kids at the moment. I want kids. Yeah. And, you know, I want to build an incredible life for them. You know, my partner. But then with that, the thought of not leaving them a good life when I am gone, that tears me up, man.
I can relate to that because you know me. Like, you know, me and Jen, we've had children. Career had to be on pause because, you know, you need to be there for your babies when they're small. So my desire to be that provider when I'm here, when I'm gone as well, you know, going to your point. So yeah, I can relate to that, you know, And when my kids just starting school now, I finally feel I can start to be that person that I crave to be because of those fears, you know?
No, absolutely.
But you're doing a good job, mate.
No, I mean, you mentioned there that you might have gone about things a bit differently. You started a family first, and now you're on the road to building that life.
We've all got different paths.
Exactly, and I've just done the opposite. I've tried to have a platform first, and then think about kids.
Smart thing.
But like you said, we're all different, and we'll have different paths. No one's right, no one's wrong, except you.
I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
There's a certain humbleness that comes with it, and it's the thing that's humbled me most. But I've got to see a lot of the children, and I've got to see. I haven't missed anything. I'm not working in an office 12 hours a day, coming back, and the kids are in bed. I've had that core growing time, like essential years that you never get back. So yeah, I wouldn't change anything, to be honest.
Neither should you, mate. You've built a beautiful life. Well, this seems very scary.
Oh yeah, ooh. Should get back to something fun.
Spooky. What's your favourite horror film?
Classic. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre holds up.
Does it hold up?
Holds up. Me and Jem watched it about 2 years ago. I downloaded them all. Sorry, whatever studio made those films. But downloaded all of them, watched them. The first one's great. Just a great horror film. But newish remake, Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, 2013.
We loved that.
It's my number one of all time.
Yeah, all time.
It's just, I'm a gore hound, like 100%. And that film, it just ticks every box. It's just brutal, disgusting. It knows what it is, and it just does it well.
It's great.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
One of the best remakes I've ever seen.
I think it's one of the best horror films. Like ever. I mean, it's my favorite, but no, I do. It's just so well done. It's a mess. It's nice and contained. There's not much to it. It is what it is. And I mean, it's 10 years old now.
That is wild.
And I'm glad that you brought up the classic thing, because man, last Halloween, we went. I think we went all of October, maybe. We watched like a horror every night, and we got onto the classics, and we put Freddy on.
Oh yeah,
Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. No.
Oh what?
It does not hold up at all. Really? It's so bad. And I hate to say it because he's such an icon. Remembering the scenes, even the opening, when you're a kid and watching that for the first time, it's so terrifying. But mate, it's so bad.
Oh no.
Oh, no, don't do it. It's a plea. Don't go back and watch films and TV shows that you hold so dear from your younger years. Just don't do it.
I still enjoy them. I bought the box set about 4 years ago.
I just don't know what it is. Like, it just...
Go back and watch Texas Chainsaw. It's good. There's one scene, actually. The guy in a wheelchair squealing.
All right. Is this a comedy or horror?
Okay. He's just making this weird pig noise. And it goes on for a while. I'm just really... Oh! That came out last week. The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Survivor game.
Yeah, I've seen
Very good.
Oh, you played it?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
Plugs.
It's great, though.
No, there's been a few of them, like Friday the 13th. Evil Dead had one as well. No, never played them.
It's well good. Because, you could be one of 4 survivors or one of the killers. You have to try and escape the house through the cornfield. You have to try and escape, but you have to unlock things and while they're hunting you down.
Can I ask, is the man in a wheelchair one of the characters?
interesting. He wakes up, and if you play as one of the killers, you have to feed him blood. So you have to go kill people, feed him blood. That's your objective.
So you can't roll around hacking at people as a killer.
You've got Leatherface, though. But you kind of hear him coming.
Yeah. Zero element of surprise.
But I do advise people go and play. It's pretty good.
No, I think I've read some good reviews. On it.
Play with headphones. Your pants.
Oh, how terrifying was that when you play horror games with... Actually, or even watching like a good horror with cans on.
I've started to do that. It allows me to pay more attention. It sucks me in more. Watching telly, headphones on, when the kids are in bed. Like big screen, a nice cuddle chair, headphones on. You engage more.
I get carried away. I start being too loud.
Why are you making noise when you're watching something?
You don't make noise when you climax.
Always smut.
Yeah, always. I don't know why. I don't know why. Sorry.
Yeah, I apologise on his behalf. He's a hound.
Who's your favourite horror icon?
Oh, Candyman used to scare the at me. You could say this.
I guess from the main, the usual suspects: Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, Ghostface.
God, they don't hold up, the Scream movies.
No, I disagree.
Really?
We also watched all of them, and yeah, man, they're sick.
I like Scream 4.
Scream 4 is good. Scream, you didn't like it, but Scream 5 is very good. Scream 6.
Oh, 6 is the one.
The one in New York.
Bad. Sorry to whoever made that.
I'm not.
Oh,
what did I watch the other day? Oh no, The Call.
Halle Berry.
No, it was a horror. It's on Prime. It's like, I think his name's Tobin Bell from Jigsaw, and the woman from Insidious is in it. It's got a decent cast. Mate, we finished that film. I went on Instagram, found the director. I was this close. I sent him a message, mate. I wrote it out. It just said, "You piece of shit." I was this close. Infuriating.
Oh, that's mad.
Yeah. And you know how invested I get. You know how passionate I am about films.
Oh, yeah. That's what we do. Oh, man. I know Insidious 1.
Insidious 1 was good.
And the Conjuring films.
Pretty sure Insidious 2 is good as well. Is it 3?
Yeah.
And 4.
I think 3 and 4 get a bit smelly.
Is there a 5? We don't know when to stop, do we?
I'm sure there's another one coming out.
It's out?
Did it come out?
Is it the Red Room about the Darth Maul looking mother?
Yeah, that's the only bad thing. When he reveals himself as Freddy Krueger / Darth Maul sharpening his claw. The first one.
But I will say, number 1.
I'm not going to say.
The jump scare when they're all sitting around the table. It's probably the best jump scare in modern horror history. When they're just talking around the table and it cuts to, I think, the older woman. And he's just there behind her.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oof. Goosebumps.
Yeah. And when someone appears behind the crib, kind of at the beginning,
it walks through the wall from outside.
Charges. But you don't expect him to come in.
No.
Disappear. Motherfucker charges in and goozles him. Yeah. Choking again. I love it.
You love it, you do, kid.
Yeah.
Are you going to be watching any horrors this Halloween?
Probably not. On time. I have to use my time wisely. I've got kids.
He says, sat here in a shed, talking to his mate on a podcast.
I told you, this is the only thing I can commit to.
Okay. I mean, I benefit from that, so.
Yes.
Thanks, mate.
Hopefully you got something from this podcast. And if you can relate to anything that we spoke about, Dan, what's the email?
Yep. You know, we're always there. boyscry2podcast@gmail.com. Drop us a line. You know, if anything, you want to chat, you've got something to get off your chest, we're always there. Whether it be on email, DMs, comments on videos, we're always at the other end. like we say, we acknowledge, we know that some people don't have anyone. You've got us.
Yeah.
You've got us.
Text your friends back.
Text your friends back.
Text your mum back. Text your dad back. You don't turn the corner. And you don't know how people are feeling. But yeah. Also, interesting. I was reading up on QAnon the other day.
On that note, remember, boys cry too. You